Yeah, I think my screen is visible now. So I'll start from the time frame. And what we're doing here, it's a repetition of what we did last week. There are no new markups. Yeah, nothing much has changed. So remember, we marked these highs and lows with you guys on Sunday. Yeah, and we said what we are expecting that day. I think the market was date 3. It was on date 2. Date 2 was Sunday. No, 30th April. I think so. On that, no, not that yet. Yeah, on 11th. Around 10th. I don't remember when exactly it was. It was on Sunday. I think it was date 3, if I'm not wrong. Anyway, these were the markups. We are expecting market to drop to this zone here. This price to hold this zone here to hold price, then Yendeju from that point, either he ended to this value level here, then drops. Yeah, but again, we had something new. We had marked this. What do we call we had marked this fib retracement with you guys, whereby you said after we marked the weekly candle, it was on a weekly candle or on a monthly candle. Let me check. We marked this fib. I think it was on monthly candle. Yes. Yeah, we said DXI, we are bullish, and the moment you have a bullish candle with both these wicks combined, they are shorter than the candlestick, then you're going to use that candlestick to look for more buys. Yeah, Kamani, it's a sell candle. We are going to look for a sell what? For a sell setup. So in our case, the green candle was our monthly crossing candle, and it crossed bullish. So what we do, I draw my fib, and by doing so, this fib, this candlestick was a sell candlestick. So that's why it made kutoka on 0 level to 1 level kwa chini. This was a sell candlestick. Ukiangalia kwa chart yako, it's a black candlestick. So what we do, you mark the fib, then after that you go to lower time frame, wajaribu kutafuta any imbalance yenye katikati kwa level ya 0.3 ama 0.7, any imbalance yenye hapo katikati. It's a valid zone for us to do what? For us to short from that point. So we are expecting a bull and fast, then after imefika kwa that imbalance, we do what? We sell. Or sometimes price might decide to sell first, then buy to that level, then ikifika hapo it chooses its direction. How do I mean? Like price imeshuka, maybe shuka to a varied order block here, it tap the order block, then ipata kuendelea kama ilikuwa ni ya bull candle. If it was a bear candle, instead first ya kumark the imbalance, then we continue the trend, unapata inaguza the imbalance yenye huko juu, then it does what? It does go down, continues the trend with the but that one it will be a negative imbalance, like the imbalance itakuwa imekuwa full fulfill venye inafaa kuwa. So anyway, he marked the candle and you can see the trade aligned with our system, because tunaona ilikuwa hapa, but this was the crossing point, then it put to this level here. So we then came to a daily time frame kuangalia if you can see any valid order block. Yeah, and here it was the order block that we now drew on daily time frame. I'm not sure if tulichorea kwa daily time frame, tutashuka kwa hapo time frame tuangalie. Hapa naona ni kama mark a week, though but it's okay. So let me go to 4 time frame nione kama we marked the 4 time frame. Yeah, it was the candle, so you are right. So what's happening here, you can see this was our range here. We had our weak internal on top here, had our strong internal hapa chini, then this range is what we are going to trade. So since we were bearish, tuna expect the internal structure ilikuwa imeanza kushift bearish, tulikuwa tuna expect he drop hapa, he buy kwanza to this zone here, then we do what, then we drop, and that's why exactly we are at that zone. So I'm expecting maybe tomorrow ama the rest of this week the dollar to be bearish, unless kukuwe na any market shift kuanzia kesho after CPI na FOMC. Though tutaangalia ama it will be possible ama it will be possible, tutaangalia the probabilities. So this was our daily time frame on DXY. So on 4 hour time frame, what do we have? Let me go to 4 hour time frame. Let's check out price reaction here. Yeah, you can all see the price is trending to the downside, breaking structures. Yeah, so we had this first break of structure, internal break of structure, left us with this zone here, which is the imbalance zone. You can expect price itself kutoka hapo. Then price moved to the upside, never triggered it, yeah, then dropped, ikakuwa this imbalance, but we now had kulikuwa na small market shift, so it didn't happen because market haikupata kuendelea kwenda juu. Yeah, then after this break of structure it was a nice zone, but now this wasn't our main focus, because we couldn't expect it were tapped or fulfilled, and of which market did that thing, ilipanda, and now it is on that zone there. So we can now look for sales on no time frame. Yeah, on I may feel the whole order block, the whole surprise zone. Yeah, and I can drop. Another thing that is adding us at least more confidence that it and sell the break of structure that we had here. You can see it was it was a candle cross break of structure, whereby it's not the wick that crossed below this row here, but another a bearish candle, then tukaanza kwenda juu, si ndio? Yeah, and here we have liquidity here, which is not taken out. That's another conference that I want to see before I decide that I'm going to short. So you have that liquidity there. Apart from that, we have a very big imbalance here. This big candle, yeah, this buy candle, it's an imbalance candle, like I pushed there. Yeah, an imbalance candle yenye lazima ikuwe fill. So what I'm expecting same thing here. Imeanza hapo, it drop, evaluate that right there, you create this liquidity, you're going to have another break of structure, then EURUSD June, another possible zone somewhere here, and buy. You can also short from there. We are expecting this market to indicate all the others that are left behind. So that's on 4 time frame. Sitachukua coffee time frame. I don't have to go to that level. So that's the DXY, the DXY outlook. Let me go directly to CPI through the calendar to know what we have and what we expect. And if at all you have a question, you can ask another type of group now. Ama you just unmute yourself, then ask me. So as I said, this week it's a very tricky week, because having CPI and FOMC at the same day, is an alarm kidogo, but it's okay. We are going to deal with the situation how they are. So I hope my calendar is visible enough on your side, but I can try to a little bit zoom it. Zoom sana. So you can see. Yeah. So you have shit. What am I doing now? Okay. Let me make the color right at least. So you have CPI, the month on month CPI. We have CPI year on year CPI. Then have FOMC projection, have FOMC statement, interest rate decisions. Then you have FOMC press conference. This will be a major focus tomorrow, the interest rate decision. Then you have initial job claims, PPI, and Fed monetary policy. So we are not going to pay keen attention on Thursday. So mostly I want us to look to see what we have on CPI and FOMC. Yeah, to what a good understanding of what's going to happen tomorrow. So we delete them. So on CPI, I hope you guys already know what CPI is. Yeah, and for those who don't know what CPI is, and I can spare some time now. And again, as I told, if you're not sure of the news, some of the data, and you're not familiar with them, you're not supposed to know how to press any trade or to participate during this news. You're supposed to stay out of market. At least when you have an age, or you understand what exactly happens during that day of news, inakuwa ad conference kwa setup yako, at least kwa confident enough that what is happening here, it's something familiar and it's something that I can maybe handle one or the other. Anyway, so for those who don't know what exactly CPI is, CPI is just what? Consumer price index. And the release is usually divided into two. We have the core CPI and you have the regular CPI. For core CPI, the CPI that excludes foods and energy. For regular CPI, it includes both food and energy. So the two categories are further divided into month on month and year on year. That's what you can see here. We have CPI MOM, CPI YOM. I know most of you at hawajui what exactly Y means and MOM means. Waje to CPI peke yake. So this one means month on month. The other one means year on year. Yeah, so they are divided like that, and the two categories, the MOM and YOY, they are very much important. But the one that you are going to pay much focus on is the CPI year on year. Yeah, because this is this usually most watched through the Fed. They use the CPI year on year to set their monetary policy. And what we expect here now, this, so the one that you're going to pay for much focus on, the CPI year on year. Now these are the release. You have 3.4%. The other one is the forecast is 3.4%. So they are expecting the forecast to be that 3.4%. So what we're supposed to know, if at all the data comes out stronger than the forecast, what's going to happen? The data zikuje lower than expected than the forecast, lower than expected value than the previous release, the forecast, it indicates that inflation is cooling. Thus, the Fed will likely slow the pace of rate hikes. So if at all utakuwa na the actual data yenye itakuwa released here, itakuwa the actual data yenye itakuwa released hapa itakuwa less than 3.4%, then that means the inflation rate ina cool. So ikifika siku FOMC, oil will likely do what? Lower the pace of rate hikes. But if at all the forecast itakuwa bigger than the actual itakuwa bigger than the forecast, then that means the rate of inflation inapanda juu. So you will likely do what? Hike rates, the interest rates, which will not be good for, which will be good for currency. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, so the other thing. So let's check what we had on previous release. Yeah, 3.4 here. Yeah, so the previous release was 3.5%, which was below census market rate because there was a sign of inflation. Yeah, the previous was 3.5. Forecast or forecasting to 3.4, and the actual came as 3.4. So this one means that the inflation was cooling. Kuna data, yeah, you can see it here. Kutoka last year ilikuwa from 2022 during Russia and Ukraine war, inflation nakumbuka ili hike ikapanda ilifika 9.1. Yeah, that was the highest inflation. You can see the data here. Unaona huku juu. Then it has been cooling because Fed has been increasing interest rates, to curb inflation. You remember, one way of curbing inflation is due to the increase of interest rate. The moment you increase interest rate, the demand comes. The people demanding money or borrowing money from the bank, your rate in a reduce because the interest rates are very high. By that's curbing inflation. There are also other factors that I'm going to discuss today. So you can see inflation has been cooling from 9.1, 8.5, 8.2, 7.8, 7.1, 4.9, 3.0, 3.7. Currently, we are at 3.4. So that means inflation is cooling. So thus you find that Federal Reserve inaenda ikiroa the pace of rate hikes. And if you notice, tuangalia kwa FOMC data, kwa FOMC website, tuangalia how they have been, how many rate hikes had been there, how many pauses, how many rate cuts had been there. Utaona, you will get to understand this data that we are seeing here. So to know where and how these sensors come to be, there are areas that you are supposed to closely monitor and for you to get accurate analysis. And one of it being oil prices or fuel prices. The other thing you should look at, I'm talking about CPI, you should look at food and beverage prices, cost of housing, medical care, and etc. So you're going to look at certain site here, inaitwa BSL. Where is it? Is it the same? Yeah, it's this one here, the BSL site. So under CPI index values, we are going to look at these items here. They are the one that helps us know whether the CPI is itatoka higher than the projection, lower than the projection. So and you can see here you have food and beverage. Don't know if they are visible. Let me zoom a little bit. Yeah, it's now visible. You can see here under items We're going to look at food and beverage, housing, bills, transportation, medical care, recreation, education and communication, and other goods and services. Remember, these are the things that we survive by doing them. Like you cannot live without eating. You cannot live without a house. Like huwezi kanga just zote. Huwezi, we are traveling, unaenda kazi, unarudi kazi, unaenda shule nini. So the cost of transportation also matters when you are predicting CPI data release, medical care, recreation, education and communication. Like here you are looking at basic things that are the one that are used to do what? To predict the CPI projections. But now we can check these stuffs on another side. Yeah, to angalia how they have been playing out for this month. I have this site here, the Federal Reserve Banks. We're going to look at the prices of those goods, the foods, oil, whatever. Yeah, I want to see it now very clear. I just explain K2. Let me, like, yeah, this one here. Like here, we have, let's look at the cost of milk. Yeah, here you're seeing like milk increased by 3.06 USD, yeah, or 22%, 22.36% since the beginning of 2024, according to the trading on a contract for difference CFD. That tracks to the benchmark of the commodity. Historically, milk reached an all-time high of 25.20 on May of 2022. So you can see here, this indicates that there is inflation, because the moment a particular product yenye ulikuwa unanunua na a particular price imepata ku increase in price na the product itself haija increase either in value or quantity, unapata that's inflation. So tunaambiwa hapa milk have been increasing from the start of May, na ime increase na 25%, 25.2 in May 2022. That's a 22.36% hike. Yeah, and you can see kutoka hapa chini all the way to where it is now. Milk initially was at around how much? Around 15.56. Yeah, 15.5 or 15.3. Then now the same milk inatoka 19.770. So you can see that one. It's an increase. Like the same milk, kama let's say it's 1 liter. Yeah, 1 liter of milk. Ilikuwa inatoka 15 USD ama 15 bob. Now the same milk inatoka pesa ngapi? Inatoka 19.770 USD. So you can see that rate hike. The same in 1 liter inatoka, this is just an assumption. So that one shows inflation is high. Yeah, what are the things that we are going to look at? Let's look at another maybe commodity. Yeah, you can see we can look at heating oil. Let's look at something else. Maybe copper. Yeah, let's look at heating oil. US heating oil futures climbed above 2.4 per gallon. Like, yeah, from this row here, that was last month. No, January, February, March, April, May, June. From June 4th to June 11th, may increase now from 2.2 per gallon, $2.2 per gallon to 2.4 per gallon. So yeah, you can see that. Yeah, you can also look at the coal makamani. Yeah, price of coal. You can record. So, but now there's one thing that you're supposed to know. On hatujangalia mambo na oil and whatever. And one thing you're supposed to know is that things like oil, to save you from most of the work, keep in mind that oil and its product account for 60% of inflation. At the moment price after imepanda, then everything else will in a hike, because machines and so many things are learned by oil. So the moment price ya oil ime hike, going to cause inflation, and we saw that from the time Russia invaded Ukraine. So unapata after USA imposed sanction on Russia, even price ya mafuta ilianza kupanda because Russia huwa ina export mafuta wapi? Almost the entire of Europe and USA. So then kakuwa na that crisis whereby I don't know, the Europeans bombed the the Ukrainians bombed the tunnel, the pipe that takes oil from Russia to Europe. So kakuwa na mafuta ikakuwa it's not transported anymore. So price ya mafuta ili hike. They tried to cop that by trying to convince other countries, the OPEC plus, wapate ku produce more oil, more petrol, na wa maintain the cost of that, the cost of oil per gallon. But that one did not happen. The OPEC plus did not allow that. Wali cut the production, now can increase price. So inflation ika shot up. So how do you going to save more work on yourself? You look at oil. Where do you look at oil? Unajua US oil. You go to the chart, look at US oil. On the monthly chart, unaangalia US oil. Shit, what am I doing now? Yes, US crude oil. Unakuja kwa monthly chart ya US oil. Unaangalia how has oil been behaving lately. You can see here. Tuangalia this candle last month cross in here this month. So you had this last month candle cross. Unaangalia the percentage it will reduce. If at all the change is above 4%, then the CPI will be greatly affected by that change. So I know you guys know how to calculate percentage change. So tukona price ya mafuta ilitoka wapi? From this point here, it was $81.57 per gallon. Imeshuka to 76.21. I'm needing the data from here, USD per gallon. So this a reduce. Now it may reduce na 6.4%, 4.9%, 6.5%. So this one shows that the rate of inflation in a cool. So that's the only thing that we are going to look at. Wacha tuangalia kwa now the chart okutuana in the same. Tuangalia. Tuone the crude oil. Ndio hii tumeona kwa chart. It's the same. Crude oil, which has held near $78 per barrel on Thursday after jumping from jumping almost to 3% now this month. But now we are not going to pay much focus on this month here. Tunaangalia candlestick ya last month. So tumeona reduce na 6%. Na tumesema kama reduce na more than 4%, then the rate of CPI will be highly affected. So tumeona ilitoka $86 per gallon. It's $86 per gallon per barrel, all the way to 70. Was it 72 or what was it? To 70? 76. 76, around somewhere here. So that's a good change. So you know that's a good indication. Inflation is doing what? Inflation is cooling. So let's go back to what? Now let's go back to the data release, the economical calendar, and what we are going to expect from that. So since we have seen that the crude oil at least imekuwa on reduce, na bado tumeangalia kwa the site tumeona iko tulikuwa tumeangalia, was it this one united here? This one here. Tumeona on when was it? January, February, March, April, May, June. So from January, previous release was 3.1, iko hike mpaka 3.4. This one caused an effect on dollar. So This one shows that inflation is inapanda juu, so we had a bearish DXY. Then on February ikatoka 3.4 to 3.1. This one shows that the rating of inflation was green, so this was positive with the dollar, made the dollar to be bullish. So from 3.1 ikapata 3.2, affected kidogo from 3.2 to 3.5. Oh, hapa ilipanda sana. So we are now 3.5, and the actual data that came out last month was 3.4. That was on May. So they're expecting from previous data, the actual one here equal at least 3.4. Like on a project, it will remain on the same percentage. So nimesema if at all itatoka bigger than the forecast, then that data will make the DXY weak. Ikitoka less than that 3.4, then itafanya the DXY to do what? To be bullish. If at all itatoka neutral, equal 3.4. Here we have three things. Let me show you. So whiteboard. So here we have three things. Number one, we have increase CPI. Then we have neutral. Then you have a decrease on the projection. If this one happens, remember you are at 3.4%. So if this one happens tomorrow, there will be an increase maybe to 3.5%. Then you are going to have a bearish DXY, right? If that happens, and now that one will be aligning with our setup, and tuko nao pale tumesema penye iko saizi expecting a what? A drop from that point. Remember, from that zone yenye tumechora kwa DXY. If at all the data will be neutral, then that means itakuwa na any effect. The market will tend now to take its direction, the course of direction, which is our sell buyers. Ile setup tuko nayo inatuambia tunafaa kusell. So if at all the data will be neutral, it's okay. Exact value ikiwa 3.4, then tutaendelea tu tutatafuta tu sell setup hapo, and we are going to sell the DXY, buy the other pairs. If at all the data will be what? Will be maybe 3.2%. What does this mean? You're going to have a bullish DXY. So our setup now will be invalidated. We are going to have now price moving to the upward, right? So these are the three expectations. So for me, what I'm expecting either equal and neutral, ama equal bigger than the forecast. Someone is asking, kwani hiyo meeting iko wapi sioni? Meeting na team anasema haoni meeting iko wapi. Anyway, let me finish this one, tutamuelezea baadaye. So does that tell you now? Yes. So what I'm expecting, I expect data itoke juu kushinda hii. Remember tumeona everything, milk nini tunaambia zimekuwa zikihike, na pia hata ukiangalia the crude oil. Let me delete this sheet. Na ukiangalia bado the crude oil, okay, the rate of inflation haiko that high, so bado that one itasaidia Fed ku reduce the the rate cuts. So ukiangalia hapa, this is June, this month, date 5. Price ya mafuta ilitoka 73.31%, ikapanda to 77 per gallon, 77 white is currently. So that's an increase. Mtu asaidie team tafadhali. Team anasema oni option ya kujoin. Kuna mtu anaweza msaidia tafadhali nikiendelea tu hapa. Anyway, so tunaona for the past few days from date 5 mafuta imepanda bei kidogo, so na expect the rate cuts ama the rates, the CPI rates kesho zitoke slightly above 3.4, yeah, either 3.5, 3.6, so that our buyers can align with what we have. If that one don't happen, it's okay. So I might remain neutral. Ndio tuendelea bado on the same setup what we have. So we are going to wait and see what market's going to provide for us. So I hope I've explained very well hapa kwa CPI. Then now let's go to what else. Sema kuna kitu nimeacha hapo kwa nini? Kwa CPI. Nothing. If you have a question, you can ask. I know you guys are floating. No, float ajab. These are called fundamental analysis, but it's okay. Anyway, if you have a question, you can ask. You can unmute yourself. Anyone with a question, you can unmute yourself. Ama utype tu hapo kwa group. Kujibu tu saizi. Mtu ako na swali aulize tafadhali. Okay, ni sawa tu. Now let's go to Fed interest rate decisions. Yeah. No, this is something that takes a lot of attention from us traders that day. It's the day that all of us wait for it. Anybody trying to speak? Nobody. Okay. Fed. We niko moto. Nani anajua what Fed is? Ama FOMC. What does FOMC mean? It's a Federal Open Market Committee, and it is responsible for guiding meeting policies in USA. And you all know that the committee meets 8 times per year to enable a target rate or a target range. They are the one that provides target range. Target range ni the amount of money. Okay, number one, the commercial banks, zote za ziko USA, they are supposed to deposit a certain money kwa Fed, then wanakuanga wamepewa set of rules ama a set of range zenye wanafaa wakipeana loans wanafaa kupeana na interest fulani. So Fed ndio huwa ina set that target. Wanasema interest rate itakuwa 5, itakuwa 3, itakuwa whatever nini kulingana na the economy. So that's the work of Fed, and it acts as a biometric for market participants to gauge the market expectation of for potential to the Fed funds target rate, while assessing the potential Fed movement around FOMC, right? So what you have, sorry, It's okay. So that's what Fed is. That's what Fed means. And what you're going to pay keen attention on, it's the Fed interest rate decision. That's where after Powell ameongea amerelease this one. That's where tunapata the actual movement ya market. Anasemanga anakuja na anafanya nini? Ana create thought yake. Then anasema either you're going to hike or cut the rates. That's where you get if at all at a hike, you have a bullish short, a bullish DXY, cut rates, bearish DXY. Akisema neutral, nothing happens. Yeah, okay, market ina take course yake kama kawaida. So this way you're going to make attention on. So you're going to look at this one here. Yeah, you're going to under Fed interest rate decisions, tutaangalia the economical projections and the FOMC statement, then maybe tutaangalia the monetary policy report. But now, let's open this one here. So, yes, here we are. So, previous data release was 5.0%. And they are forecasting it to be 5.0%. And the actual data came as 5.0%. So, there, the rate cuts were neutral. Hakukuwa na any rate cuts. Remember that kama ulikuwa unasikiza the previous statement. Alisema you're going to remain neutral if you listen to his statement that day. So, and one thing you notice on this chart, there's one thing that's happening here. So which one is it? You realize Fed is going to cut interest rate for all this period. From all this period here. April. Imekuwa ikiremain hapo tu kwa 5.0%. For all this time tumekuwa na the meetings. Zimekuwa tu range tu hapo. Yeah, hapo pengine iko inaenda increase ifika hapo. Ikakuwa neutral. Tangalia kwa chart, the chart itself. So this was from 2023 mwezi wa saba. 2023 mwezi wa sita, June. I think that was the last time tulikuwa na this rate hike. Yeah, a rate hike of 550 basic points. Na kutoka hapo from 2026 all the way mpaka saizi Fed imekuwa ikimaintain that range. You can see that range of 5.50%. That's the range that Fed has been maintaining ever since. So, what do we expect here? Are they going to hike the interest rate to a higher than that one? Or are they going to lower the interest rates? Or will it remain neutral? So, that's what we want to check today. And to do that, we're going to visit their site. Oh, and remember all we said, I told you guys, Copy. Hapa kwa CPI, he said this CPI year on year will determine whether the Fed is going to hike the interest rate ama to lower the interest rate. So, and we have time from 3:30 to before 9 ifike, tuko na hiyo time. So hiyo data itakuwa imekuwa released, then this one will determine what will happen next. So tutaangalia other factors at least. Yeah, so currently the Fed tumesema ina range tu hapa kwa 550 basic points. So let's look at the probabilities of Fed doing what? Increasing the interest rates, ama cutting the interest rate from, ama maintaining or posting the interest rates from where it is. So to do that, we're going to go to to their site, the CME site, and look the meeting probabilities and current expectations. So let it open. Oh yeah, 22 hours remaining. But I don't know why it's German internet. You can check in here. CME Edward 12. Ndio hii inanichanganya, lakini imefunguka ni sawa. It's what I wanted to see. Yeah, you can see target rate for probability for 12th June, that's tomorrow. The current target range is 525 basic points to 550 basic points. You can see it here. Yeah, hapa ndio nasoma. So yeah, this one there. So that's their range, the one that they have set. And remember, where we are at currently, we are at exactly that range. You can see kwa the calendar tumeona they're expecting, their projection is to remain on 5.50%. So this is the range. So this one shows that 99% of the members are expecting to have no rate cuts, to have a pause. We call it a pause. While 0.6%, you can see it here, 0.6% are expecting what? A rate cut from a range of 500 to 525 Mbps. No, not Mbps, basic points. So for neutral, not neutral, but for rate hikes, null, it's 0. For rate hike, the probabilities are 0. So those are the only probabilities that you have here. So this is a conference check. Whereby, if at all they are not going to hike the interest rates, zitabaki to 5.5%, then that means you're going to have a neutral what? A neutral reaction on DXY. So market will not buy or sell. Itakuwa tu, take its trajectory to the normal trajectory. Kama ilikuwa on a downtrend, itaendelea kuwa on a downtrend. Kama itakuwa on a bullrun, itaendelea kuwa on a bullrun. Let's check at the probabilities now. This is what I was telling you. Yeah, this is the probabilities, the meeting probabilities. And under the meeting probabilities, what we can see here, this is on 6th December 2024. No, 12th June 2024. 99% tumesema they're expecting a rate pause. Let me zoom it kidogo ndio muone. So 99% are expecting a rate pause. 0.6% are expecting a rate cut. And for rate hike, it's 0. And this one is going to happen also in the next meeting that will happen on 31st. 31st July this year. 91% one expect. Rate pause 8.8% one expect. Rate cut, yeah, also 0.01% one expect. Also a rate cut. So the next rate hike that is being expected, it's on 18th September this year, whereby it will be 48.3%. From there, it's a rate cut, sorry. The next rate cut itaweza kuhappen wana project akwa ni 18th December this year, which will be 38.8. For January next year, it will remain the same. Another rate cut tutakuwa nayo ni 19th March 2025, which will be 31.8%. Yeah, and from that, on 30th April next year, it will there'll be no rate cuts or rate hikes that day. They're expecting into hapo, but they are also projecting the 2% are projecting rate cuts to this range. 8.5 they are expecting rate cuts to this range. 1.5% are expecting rate cuts to this range. And if at all this is going to happen as projected, then this one means that inflation is cooling. And remember, the target of Fed, target range of inflation that they are targeting is too hot, is 2%. Currently, we can check the inflation rate, the current inflation rate in USA. Let me check for you guys, so you can be on the same page. So you can just Google. I'm not sure. Sijaangalia for a while. So better tumeangalia kwa the current itself, but it's okay. In USA, let's see what we got. 3.36%. Yeah, thank you. That's enough. So what I'm saying, quite hot, what is targeting an inflation rate of 2%. Until imefika hii ni this range, atafanya nini? Atabaki tu kwa hiki interest rates. But since inflation is cooling, ndio bado anafanya nini? Anaenda akifanya rate cuts. But in case inflation increase, then anaongeza anafanya kuna the rate hike. So that's it. This is their target, this Fed target. Yeah, currently tumeona the inflation rate is 3.36%. Yeah, so that's it, guys. So let's look at what. Yeah, so that's it for CME group. Now let's go to now the statement, the FOMC statement on the Fed website, the Federal Reserve .government and monetary policies FOMC calendars. So we are going to about meeting current and information. Tutaangalia the current information yenye imekuwa released. Makiu, if you can notice something here, kuna this range, then ziko na a star here. You can see kuna zenye ziko na star here. Oh, you can see them. Those one will be our major focus. The statements. So on this side, the stars, what do the stars mean? Every meeting is gonna the star here. We call the star SCP. Yeah, like we say, on that particular month, there was a SCP projection material. And so we are going to currently today we are on June. So hapa kutakuwa na SCP tomorrow. So the data that you are going to focus on currently is data that was released on the data projection material that was released on March this year. So that's all we are going to focus on. So we are going to open the PDF. No, let's open the HTML. Tukifungua PDF, tufungue the HTML file. So yeah, this one here, this is what you have. So yeah, Federal Opening Market Committee, March 20, 2024, FOMC projection material, assessment available, summary of the economic projection in conjunction with Federal Opening Market, whatever, you utajisomea tu mwenyewe. So yeah, I'm going to focus on this table here. Yeah, and one thing you notice on this table, you have variables of median, of central tendency, you have the range. So under variables tunakuwa kuna hizi the projections, inflation projection. You have change in real GDP, you have this December projection, you have employment rate, you have December projections, PC inflation, December projections, core PC inflation. But this one here, we are not going to keep much focus on them. What we are going to focus much on is this one here, the federal funds rate and the December projection. This will only be our major focus to save time. So isn't just projections are the meeting, or they are projecting the rates of inflation zitakuwa at close of 2024 and opening of 2020. Now focus on the federal funds rates and the December projection, ndio tuweze kujua what next from tomorrow. So to save much time, though you are supposed to understand what central tendency are, or the range are, the medium, how they work and everything, and all those. So yeah, what you have here, you have, let me zoom it a little bit so that you can be visible to you. Yeah. You have the federal funds. You have the federal funds, you have the December projection. So here on the previous meeting, yeah, remember here we are on March, and before March we had another meeting, another release, SCP release projection material, or that happened on December, and it was released, I think it was on January, if I'm not wrong. So the Fed were expecting that at the close of that year, the inflation rate will be at this zone here, 4.6%. But on March, they came and updated the data. They said, we think this year, 2024, we are going to cross the inflation rate target of 4.6%. You get, guys? And at the opening of next year, this was their projection. And at the close of 2025, this was they were projecting the inflation rates to be. So here, remember the two meetings come up now, data that are aligning together, like it's 4.0%, 4.6%, the two data. So and remember kwa current tukiangalia wamesema indicate the previous data release was 5.5%. They are forecasting it to be 5.5%. So if the actual data ikikuja ikuwe ni 5.5%, then that will be a neutral. That will be neutral to the DXY. The market will now take the course of its direction, the normal direction that it's going to tend kwenda to that direction. Yeah, something of that sort. If at all there will be an increase, the increase in the forecast data, then itakuwa ni wame increase interest rate. Na tumeona kwa the data that you had there, the current that we are checking out, ilikuwa nini gani? This one here, the CMI. Where is it? Yes, correct. Yeah, this one 99% of people are expecting a rate pause. Like I expect for cash or raise interest rate. Yeah, only 0.6% wana expect kukuwa na rate cut. Kunaweza kuwa na rate cuts because tumeona inflation ina cool, by the way. But now this one will be determined by now the CPI tomorrow. What will happen tomorrow? CPI ikitoka data release, ikitoka CPI data release yenye itakuwa released ikuwe higher than the forecast, then likely kutakuwa na rate hikes. Yeah. Ikitoka actual, kwa hiyo anaweza kuja aseme inflation is cooling, we're going to maintain at 5.50%. Ama aseme ana reduce the rate cuts from now 5.0% to now this range here that we have it here, which is 500 to 525. Yeah, so that's it for that. So saizi hatufai focus much on the rate hikes kwanza. So currently what we have according to the data yenye tumepata kuanalyze saizi, expecting a neutral ama rate cut. So we are going to have another bias tomorrow after CPI. So the moment CPI data imekuwa released, then we'll know whether oil will likely increase the interest rates ama reduce the interest rates. So yeah, to that point, hope I'm clear. So let's wait for tomorrow. You see this data here, what will be the actual data? Then hiyo jioni tajua what the actual data here will be. So hapo ndio tuko saizi. Currently on a dilemma. So that data will help you ikifika sasa ni wewe kuanalyze the charts, which are going to do it now. Though nimwambia there's nothing much on the charts because the bias that we have now is the bias that we had on Sunday, previous Sunday. Yeah, and ndio saizi inafikiwa. The zones that we marked with you guys, they are the same zones zenye ziko saizi. EURUSD. Anybody with a question? Also fundamentals. Timu alishindwa kujoin meeting kabisa. Ni sawa tu. Kuna maajabu hapa bana. Now my chart is very dirty. It's now green. Let's go to daily time frame. We're going to start to analyze our charts from there. From that very point. Oh, and did you notice, guys, we had a very big slippage here. So this is another reason, another conference yenye inaweza fanya kukuwe na bias. Yeah, kesho. The DXY might be weak. So this one will be our bias. We'll wait and see what will happen tomorrow. So we had a gap. And there's something, and you can text group. I don't remember. It was on either Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't remember the exact day. I said we had this row here. Like, okay. Number one, this was our zone here. We had our strong internal here, and we had our weak internal here. And under our strong internal, the demand, the first demand, which is this one here, was triggered. You can see the weak here, and it triggered that thing. Then we had another demand here, Also market ilikuja ikatrigger kidogo, dropped. Now ikakuja sasa ikaitrigger kabisa to the 50% level, almost to the 100% level, and now that one was the demand that you are targeting on Sunday. Now last week for us to push market to the downside. So when the market opened on, was it on Monday or Tuesday? It was date 4. Date 4 was on Tuesday. Market it tapped the demand na ikaanza kushuka. So this was a very valid setup ya sales. Kama ulipata hiyo sales hapa on no time frame for you to sell from. And we started now going to the downside. And I said we're expecting to break this row here, right? Kwa group, let me delete the knee. So kwa group sitaipata juu watu wamechat huko ndani. Let me select from my Twitter account. So yeah, it was on feed. It was on Wednesday. I said forex market updates. The USD continues to its bullish run. Let me use. Yes. Oh my God, what am I doing now? Yeah, the USD continues to its bullish run, pushing the EURUSD below $1.000. Traders are eyeing on ABC. Remember the following day, that was on Thursday, we had ABC news meeting for potential market move news. Stay sharp and trade smart. So I was expecting EURUSD to break this row here on that week, either on Thursday or Friday. Remember, MACU that zone here. You can see the zone. That's where we were at that time. So let's go back to the chart. We are here, and that's actually happened. Yeah, during ECB price ilibuy kidogo. I can remember ECB news. ECB siko na trade yote ECB, but najua ilibuy. It was bullish to the euro. Then on Friday, during NFP, it pushed all the way down to this level here. Though haikupata fani ku break the row. Yeah, then kufungua the opening of Monday yesterday, this happened, and it left us with this gap, the 3-page gap, which is an imbalance that must be filled, yeah, for us to continue the trend. So this one now gives us another conference that you are maybe going to have a bullish market run this week or next week, I don't know. Yeah, utapata hizi setups before they touch the zones, itakata wiki moja. And now we had we have another big imbalance here. This candlestick, this bearish candlestick here, is a bearish candlestick. It's a very big imbalance there. Another market conference. Apart from that, we have liquidity. So on daily time frame, what I did yesterday, I came, remember, now this is a bearish candlestick. I came, kachora the fib. Yeah, remember this fib, it's not the same as the one that you have there. So mine runs from 0% to 1% here. I'm going to look for an imbalance when you for this candlestick on no time frame. So when you go to 4 time frame, I'm going to look for a valid imbalance. I'm a flip zone, a valid flip zone. So on 4 time frame, tulikuwa na this flip zone here penye nimemark hapa. Yeah, this market was running to the upside. So this flip zone ilishindwa ku price hapa, yeah, to the upside. Remember, that's the work of a bullish flip zone. Now that it was being violated, market can drop. So I'm expecting now that flip zone is it's a good flip zone for us to continue the trend kwenda chini. So yeah, that's why nimeimark hapo, but unaweza shuka kwa 1 hour uone you're going to get a zone kwa this candlestick. Bado hakuna, So ukiomba ukiendelea kushuka kwa lower time frame utapata you are finding your zone unapata sasa hiyo zone ime reduce now to that point, so you'll be able to manage your risk from that point. So venye tu ilikuwa imekaa ni sawa, ndio maybe price ikitap that zone, what we are going to do that after confirmation entries ndio tupate kusell. We're not going to sell hivyo tu like without confirmation entries. Yeah, I must see a confirmation entry before I sell, because market is full of uncertainties and I might be manipulated then taken out. So yeah, that was it on 4 hour time frame. Yeah, na bado apart from that nikasema now let me check for a sell trade yesterday, which was on Monday, and I shared the trade with you guys. So ilitolewa, I think sijui ni 2 trades nilikuwa nazo ama ni ngapi sikumbuki. So these were our markups on 4 hour time frame. If you can remember, I explained this. If you aren't in that the previous meeting, you can go watch the video on YouTube. Yeah, so market ilikuwa ina uptrend kwenda juu kidogo. Just a moment please. Okay, market ilikuwa ina uptrend kwenda juu, so marked all the zones, all the reaction that happened here previous meeting. Now for this break of structure here, we're also expecting price to rise irudi kwa this demand here, this extreme demand here. At the same time, tuna expect price fanya nini? You have this flip zone here. It's a valid zone. Yeah. So bado market inaweza react here to that very zone there. A moment, just like 1 minute only. So I'm telling you guys, since we have this very zone here, we have this one here. So siwezi ingia kwa trade kwa this zone here without seeing what traced a good confirmation entry before me doing what? Before me selling. So because what price can do, inaweza kuja evaluate that thing there, endelea kufanya nini? Endelea kusell. So since that's on our expectations, just a minute. Yeah, let's continue. So I'm telling you guys, I want to see a good a nice reaction for me to short. I first want to see change of what? Change of character. Then see internal break of structure, so that I can do what? Can now come and confidently do what? Short from the very zone. My target being taking out this row here. So this is what I want to see on that zone. Yeah, that one, if that one fails, then I want to see the same reaction. So here I don't necessarily need to see the same reaction on this zone here, because now we said we are long run, we are bearish on EURUSD. So expect if you get to Apple, then I can sell from that point there. Yeah, my target being what? Let's open it. So nice reaction here. So yeah, our entry point being at 50% of that level. Target being this high, this or here. So that's it, you can see. So that's what I'm expecting to see on H4. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, that's my long target. Let's go to M15. Yeah, we are going to look for a trade that what we are going to look at, I'm going to look at a trade that will take us to the upside to fulfill our targets. So tuko na trades every day. So yesterday, after Asian session closing, we had this on here. This was the Asian high. This was the Asian high. This was the Asian low. And yeah, let me mark them. Asian high, Asian low. Remember how we trade the ALS? Historical group on the exchange. So we are going to look forward. If this was the Asian cross here, we're going to look forward for a trade that will maybe now take out the liquidity down here. Remember I said all Asian low and highs are liquidity. Then you can take the other liquidity on top. Then maybe you can now continue with the trend. Either kama iko na uptrend, kama iko na downtrend ifanye nini? Baada ya downtrend. So I was looking forward to trade Asian liquidity sweep yesterday. Yeah, and that's when price did it thin. What did it do? We had this H4 on N15. Yeah, this one here. On M15. Remember, first of all, you're supposed to look for a varied zone yenye iko kwa M15 yenye utapata kutafuta an entry model from. This was the zone. So this zone was H4 zone. Kwa M15 ukirefine haiko inaguza the knee sana. So the moment market ilipata kutap this zone, ikapanda, ikashuka, ikaanza ku uptrend, and now we had this break of structure here. Ni lower kwa lower time frame, after a varied demand to buy from. Yeah, of course, you on a good entry model whereby liquidation may happen. We have change of character, ama shift market shift, then market ipande juu. We had two trades actually. It's like I had another trade here. Yeah, I need to take another trade though. I was taken out. Nika wiped out for the same trade. Taangalia kwa nini? Kwa trade zangu tuangalia ama kwa group, ikani kwa group. So ukishuka chini M5 that's when we had this zone here. Yeah, you can expect so price ikuja mitigate this demand here after this change of character. Naona hapa tumekuwa na liquidation, then kapanda juu, change of character, cover this high here, then so this was a valid zone. So you can expect price ishuke mpaka hapa chini, mitigate target ikiwa ni Asian high. So haiko happen, price ilipanda mpaka hata ikumaliza ku take out that liquidity. So that means this is liquidity here still valid. Now this session high, it's now liquidity point, so price ita attract na iko likely ku attracted to that side. So rare ikakuja, there's iko na entry, sikupata any entry model pia venye market iko na behave, so I didn't even trade it. So go to 15 minutes entry. See now what we have. We had Asian low here, Asian high. The high was taken out, then ikakuja ikafanya nini, ika take out the low na ikaendelea kusell all the way to a certain zone here. Ika violate our Asian internal low. This is why we had our internal low. Yeah, this one here. This was our internal low. It was violated today. That's making us now to shift that internal low to this level here. We are now weak internal. Now that we are bearish. Like that. So what I'm expecting, what I'm looking forward to see, ngoja kwanza the Asian session to cross, how it will be. Then from that point I'll be able to make decisions on what next from that point. Says I have nothing much on EURUSD unless mpaka sasa then the Asian cross. Unless you any Asian cross, then I cannot do anything from that point. Then moja tuangalie gold. If you have any question you can ask. See what you have on gold. Post Tanzania daily time frame. Tuangalie market very cross surgery last week. Trying to recross bearish. Oh, now if at all ukiona ikicross break this week here, weak internal, then this one now becomes our strong internal, and now tunaanza kusell gold from that point. So that's what I'm expecting. Kama iendelee to buy, he break this strong internal juu for like 3 months saizi, since market break this highs here. If you can remember this highs here, this was breaking. Gold imekuwa na structure nyingine yenye haieleweki ya kidogo. So we work with what market gives us. Yeah, so let me open our daily chart. Nothing much on daily chart. Said this we are weak swing, since we are trending and you don't have any market shift confirmation to show us that we are now on a downtrend. So these are break of structure, major break of structure, though it was wicked out, indicating that market is willing to start selling from that point. So that one becomes our weak swing. We don't have a strong row. So this one could be one of it. So yeah, and also it will play as our change of character. Once market broke this level here, then tutakuwa tumeturn bearish. Yeah, so for now, je tuangalia what we had last week. Yeah, so market will cross ikiwa bearish hapa, so we are going to draw this fib here. Yeah, and now we are going to look for any zone that is between 0.3 level and 0.7 level as our imbalance to short gold to continue with sales because market crossed bearish. This fib ni ya kunipunguzia tu kazi, sikuwa na kazi ngumu sana. And there's something I shared on the group last week. Was it today or yesterday? Yesterday, about gold. Despite of DXY being bullish, gold in a panda pia. That's the behavior of gold. It has been behaving that kwa kitambo. Sijaanza leo, majana. Yeah, that's the good thing about gold and the manipulation side of gold. So it's a good thing to desire. So we have this flip zone here. So I'm expecting gold to do what? To buy to that level, then drop. Maybe kesho tutaona ama this week, I don't know when, whenever it will be. Yeah, that's it on page 4. Prior to that, we have a zone here. And also hold price. If at all this zone will be violated, same case as I explained on EURUSD, if we violated, then you can look for another reaction here to break out these rows here. Yeah, same thing can happen. Tumesema we don't have a strong row hapo chini yenye iko confirmed with this a weak swing, so we are bullish. It can also be violated. The price ikuja evaluate this weak swing, so ifanya hivyo, this will be our strong row, that will be our weak swing, and we are going to be trending on that range. So currently this is what we have. Yeah, on 9:15 you can see we have 8 minutes peke yake. Tutakuwa nishamaliza kila kitu, so tuende kwa 15 to know what I'm expecting tomorrow, how things are going to play out. Oh, and during NFP, I caught this move. If you remember, guys, tulipata discuss the zones. This zone here on Sunday meeting. Yeah, so I caught the move. I also last week niko na trade na this zone. Pia we had this zone with you guys. If you can remember, we had this zone with you guys, and I said I'm expecting to short from this point here. Kama nakumbuka this zone. So though I was triggered in, kakuja mpaka TP comes na around 1 pip. Ikuza TP. So yeah, nitoa break even somewhere here. Yeah, then on Friday had this. It was a very nice move. Yeah, actually it was a sniper. I explained to you guys why this was very buried. Oh, iko kwa group ya focus, ndio nilikuwa na explain ni team, tulikuwa tunaongea na team kwa group ya focus. I said during NFP market ilikuwa on that zone exactly, for his zone up. So that was an added confidence. Apart from that, the things that we discussed on fundamentals, yeah, they came through, and they played as we expected. So that was another conference, plus the setup itself was another conference, and that's it. I got that move. So let me hide this one here. In years when tomorrow call H4, so I don't need it. So this the zone here to mark up on kama our imbalance that flips on there. kwenye tuna expect market ipata kupanda mpaka. So yesterday I had 2 trades. Yeah, zilikuwa gold seriously. The first one was this one here. So nilishare kwa group na nyinyi wase. So there was this range, Asian high, Asian low. The price came, mitigated the this demand here, kaanza kupanda juu. We had this manipulation here, this consolidation, which is also a form of liquidity. Then it was taken out. After that, now this one confirms our change of character, our market shift plus liquidity there. So I marked this zone here on no time frame. I think it's 3 minutes time frame. Now I wanted to take that trade from this point here to take out this high, but iliniacha ikaenda, didn't happen, didn't come back. Then market came, broke structure, left us with this demand here. Karudi, rated, taken out. Yeah, that was 3.4 pips sasa. Target range sasa ilikuwa isha change, your rate should sha take out Asian high. I was targeting that zone here, that flip zone here at 100% level. There's this high here. So that was my target, and which is also my target mpaka saizi. So market imeanza kupanda juu. Yeah, so I'll just wait. There we had this Asian high, Asian low. The Asian low was not taken out. So this zone here tulikuwa mark hapa might come now into place. It happens kama Asian low iki cross, but maybe it cross somewhere there. So this one will be Asian low. This one will be Asian high. From that, we're now going to use this as a major demand to take out this high here, and also as continuation to what? To this high here. And hapa you get. So saizi pia I'm waiting for tomorrow to see what we have. Currently nothing on gold or kesho. I'll share my markups hapo kwa group, also kwa other groups. So you can see market is trending to the upside. Can break another structure there. Yeah, drop high, saizi major break bado. So this is our current high that we have here. This is our low. So can be trending in this range, but we are trending now. Yeah, that's it guys. Hakuna kitu kingine kwa gold. So I'll just wait to see tomorrow what we have. I'll share the trade tomorrow. Any setup kama niko nayo. Yeah, there's nothing much to add. I'll ask you. Let me stop sharing the screen now. Yeah, you guys, kinyangaomba ni pata predict ama analyze market on your own. At least I've shared my insight, so there's nothing more to add there. The other request ningewaomba, at least I need you guys to please support me as well.